Operation Condor was a secret intelligence operations system created in the 1970s through which the South American military states shared intelligence, seized, tortured, and executed political opponents in one another's territory. Inspired by a continental security doctrine that targeted ideological enemies, the military states in the Condor system engaged in terrorist practices to destroy the subversive threat from the left and defend Western Christian civilization. The Condor apparatus was a secret component of a larger United States-led counterinsurgency strategy to preempt or reverse social movements demanding political or socio-economic change. So anybody who wanted political or socio-economic change, Operation Condor embodied a key strategic concept of Cold War national security doctrine. So if any person wanted political change or a society economical change, Operation Condor brought in the concept of a Cold War national security. The concept of hemispheric defense, defined by ideological frontiers, borders of ideas, superseding the more limited doctrine of territorial defense. Subversives were defined as those with dangerous ideas that challenged the traditional order, whether they were peaceful dissenters, socio-activists, or armed revolutionaries. As Argentine General George Rafael Videla put it, in a allegedly much-quoted comment in 1976, a terrorist is not just someone with a gun or a bomb, but also someone who spreads ideas that are contrary to Western and Christian civilization. To the anti-communist militaries and the United States sponsors, the Cold War was World War III, the war of ideologies. After World War II, social discontent spread throughout Latin America as large numbers of people began demanding new rights. How dare they? Inspired by Franklin D. Roosevelt's four freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. Freedom from want, lovely. New leaders and movements called for justice and a new deal. Latin America was then, as it is now, the world's Latin America was then, as it is now, the world's region most unequal in terms of distribution of wealth and income and patterns of land ownership. Okay, land ownership patterns. The legacies of the colonial hacienda system, whatever that is, with its tiny land-owning elites and vast rural worker and peasant sectors, contributed to this persisting inequality. Oh dear, the tiny land-owning elites. So did traditions in many countries of autocratic and elitist governments that remained indifferent to the plight of their poor. Millions of people among the rural and urban labouring classes lived in a bad housing, in conditions of illiteracy, malnutrition, high infant mortality, with little opportunity to express grievances politically or effect peaceful reform. Movements for change were often met with repression. Foreign governments also played a role, especially the United States, which has supported friendly dictators in the region and often sent in the Marines to secure United States economic and political interests.